Hey everybody, so welcome to my record collection video that I'm finally getting around to making, finally. As you can see, there's Kiss Alive 2 in the background. That's one of my records that I actually hung up in a frame, a record album frame from Walmart. Crosley makes them, they sell them at Walmart, so if you have a record you love, they're not bad frames. I would recommend them, but anyway, in the next clip you will see some of my records. Alright, so these are like records that I've been listening to lately, and some of them I just picked up, but this one I didn't. This one I've had for a while. Got that at the Black Rose, but Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. They look fabulous. This one I did just pick up though, and I was also listening to it pretty recently, Joni Mitchell's Blue Album. This one I've had, Dio, Holy Diver, classic, amazing record. James Taylor, Greatest Hits, got that recently at Williamsburg Antique Mall. Love that. This one I've had, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. Had this one too, Van Halen. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. This one I just picked up. This is a live Joni Mitchell album. It would probably help if I turned it around the right way. Joni Mitchell and LA Express, Miles of Aisles. Some of these, I thought I had these all in the right way. Got Carole King's Music. I got that in an estate sale with the Joni Mitchell stuff. Same with this, Buffalo for Springfield, Best Of. Joni Mitchell, I'm just going to flip them around. Joni Mitchell, Song to a Seagull. Got that at the estate sale with the rest of the Joni Mitchell stuff. And I have to say, this is really underrated. I have always heard about her Blue album, which is, don't get me wrong, is amazing. But Song to a Seagull, I think, is underrated for her. This one I got at a record store, new. It's an assortment of Motorhead songs. This is their Ace of Spades album. This one's not original. This one I got at the same place. Great album. This one I've had, Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. And this one I have had. Most of my records, by the way, have come from Black Rose in Hanover, PA. But their prices have gone up for albums as vinyl has risen. Rat Out of the Cellar. Good album, but, most people they had better albums later that didn't get the attention they deserved. Okay, so now we're going to go through my travel case for vinyl LPs. I got this from one of my mom's clients. She's a hairdresser. She got it for free when I was a little kid because she was telling them that I was into vinyl. Jeff Beck, Truth, an amazing album with Rod Stewart. Batman album. And almost all of these came from Black Rose, so I'm not even going to say it because I'd be saying it every time. Purple Rain, Prince. Which, if you don't know, I don't think I'd have to say it, but he made the 1989 Batman soundtrack. Most of the people in this one are deceased now. I kind of made it a theme because most of the good musicians, in my opinion, have passed away. This is all Prince. 1999 Prince, which came out in the 80s. Bob Dylan, who's still alive. He's just so classic, I had to put him in here with some of the people that have passed. That's a live album from Bob Dylan. He got his Volume 2 Greatest Hits. And his Greatest Hits. And you got Nashville Skyline, I believe is the name of this album. It's been a while since I played Bob Dylan. Yes, Nashville Skyline. Some of his best albums, best Songs are on this one, Desire. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This one has one of my favorite songs, but it's not my favorite album. Bob Dylan's first album. Whoops. Highway 61 Revisited, classic. Creedence Clearwater, they're still around, at least I think John Fogerty is, but I think I got these for free from my mom's friend. And Elvis, Sun Sessions. I think I got this, I can't remember where I got that actually, but this I got at Roots Flea Market in Pennsylvania. And this I got at not Morningstar. I got this at Black Rose. Like I said, I'd have to. And Blonde on Blonde, I got that at an auction, along with his first album. So that's it for that, and then we're gonna get into the records that are in this chest. So here's all my main albums, all the classic stuff that I really like. Starting with Simon and Garfunkel, because I made this section more of the acoustic stuff in the very beginning, because I've been getting into that. I like rock and roll mostly, but every now and then I really love some acoustic music. So we got this at a yard sale. I don't want the record to fall out, but ooh, I don't want to damage it. So it's showing these off is kind of tough, but this came from a yard sale in Jacksonville, actually, and it was 50 cents. Okay. Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Got that for $5 at Retro Daddy-O in Williamsburg, Virginia. Neil Young, got that at a flea market. Harvest, a great album. Rubber Soul, got that at Black Rose. The rest of these will be Black Rose unless I say otherwise. That's compilation. Abbey Road. The White Album. Revolver, which I did not pay $5. This is my best, probably my best album, and I don't want to have it be damaged, so. Cosmos Factory, same thing. Well, I didn't get this at Black Rose, but I got it at a convention. Keystone Record Collectors, but I put a case on that because that's another good one. Some Girls, Rolling Stones. Roots, I think. Greatest Hits, Rolling Stones. Sticky Fingers, I think that was from Black Rose as well. I don't remember where I got Exile on Main Street, but I don't think it was Black Rose. Black Rose, this one, Pink Floyd. This one actually came from Retro Daddy-O, though. Pink Floyd's The Wall. And Pearl. I think that came from a flea market. This one as well, Carole King's Tapestry. Black Rose, Kiss Alive, one of my first live records that I've ever bought. Same with Destroyer, that was my first one of the first Kiss studio albums for me. Half Price Books, Hotter Than Hell. Some random record store for David Bowie. It's It's hard to pull them out and put them back in when they have those protective sleeves. This one was Black Rose, Diamond Dogs, David Bowie, who went by Bowie at that time, apparently. Young Americans, I love the one song on that album. I don't know if that's my favorite David Bowie album, but that's my favorite Aerosmith album, just self-titled. And Band on the Run, I got that at Treasures 2 in Virginia, Petersburg. Black Rose, Led Zeppelin 2. This one I actually got at a antique store here in Virginia. Flea market. Black Rose. That's actually In Through the Outdoor by Led Zeppelin. This one came from a flea market as well. Led Zeppelin 4, which should actually be here. I think. I don't want to bend up the thing. I thought it would slide right in, but bear with me. Records, gotta love them. There we go. And where were we? Surrealistic Pillow. This one was 50 cents at a yard sale in Jacksonville. Love that album by Jefferson Airplane. Printed in Canada. I never noticed that before about this album, but it's Dreamboat Annie by Heart. I think this came from PA, but I can't remember exactly where. I think it came from an antique store near Caledonia where we had a cabin. But always glad to have a classic album like that. Steve Miller Band Greatest Hits, Black Rose. Half Price Books, Joshua Tree. My uncle got that for me. AC/DC, yeah, it would have been Black Rose. And I don't know where that came from, actually. Black Rose. Black Rose. Black Rose. That's Steel Pulse Earth Crisis, if you couldn't see it. I'm trying to get through these as quickly as I can so I can save room on the SD. Half Price Books, Signal Lost. Prosthetic Screams album. Black Rose, Vain, No Respect, one of my favorite glam metal records. It's so 80s that you wouldn't even believe it. This came from Retro Daddy-O. This is a very clean mint album. I'm now probably damaging. But I don't think it's worth a whole lot. It's Eliminator by ZZ Top. And I know somebody's going to say in the comments, if anybody watches this, that I'm being too rough on these records. Well, let me tell you, records are very durable, and I think people are pretty rough on them. Or not rough on them, but like rough as in they rough on them as though they treat them like they are so fragile. Now the album sleeves can be fragile, but that's just a rant I have. But Double Fantasy by John Lennon. I think that came from Black Rose, but I'm not sure. Entrance, Black Rose, Edgar Winter. My aunt gave me that. I don't know where she got it from, but that was Edgar Winter with the album with Frankenstein on it. Queen Club Greatest Hits, Black Rose. Fats Domino, Roots, Flea Market. Record Store, Overnight Sensation, Frank Zappa, great album. Anthrax, State of Euphoria record store. I think it was in Lancaster, Tom's Music Trade. Look them up. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Can't remember where I got that one though. This one was Black Rose though. Black Sabbath, We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. Black Rose as well, I believe. Paranoid, everybody knows it. Black Sabbath, self-titled. I think I got that at a record store. Ico's Music Trade. Look them up in York. York, not New York, by the way. A lot of people get that mixed up. Roots. Leonard Skinner. Boston, got that at Morningstar. INXS Kick. Ico's, I think. Can't remember all these albums. This one was from Ico's though, because I know the sticker. Genesis. Invisible Touch. Scorpions. Flea Market, don't know which one. I think Morningstar. Sex Pistols. This came from Tom's Music Trade. And if I can get this back in. There we go. I believe I can do this one-handed while holding a camera. And the vinyl is in there is warped, so it's not like vinyls are indestructible, but they're really not as fragile as people act like they are. I mean, if you drag the needle across it, it's gonna possibly damage it, but please bear with me. There we go. Okay. Electric Light Orchestra. Black Rose. One of my favorite albums of the 80s. Billy Squier, which I paid 50 cents for, I think, at Tom's Music Trade. But it wasn't. It was scratched, and it still skips, but I thought I could clean it. The Doors, self-titled. That was from Black Rose. This one's from Black Rose. Waiting on the Sun. The Doors. And lastly, People Are Strange, which came from, I think it was Convention. This is a single. This is Genius of Love, one of my favorite 80s songs by Tom Tom Club. I think that came from Half Price Books with my uncle. Cars Greatest Hits came from a flea market. Rush 2112 came from a record store. Yard Sale. Kind of warped, but I don't have the Wish You Were Here album yet, so I decided to get that for that song. Black Rose. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. Flea Market. Cream. This one was in there wrong, but this is Elton John. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which came from Black Rose. One of the best ever here. And it's stuck. Fleetwood Mac Rumors came from Black Rose. And Metallica, which I took the plastic off of. Bought that new at a record store. I think it was Tom's Music Trade. Okay, now we go to the album stashed under the bed. Well, not yet, actually. I have these 45s. We Dance by Brad Paisley, in case you can't read, you probably can't read them anyway, unless I zoom in. We Dance, Brad Paisley. I'm not sure, but this is Emerson Drive, and I think this is Honky Tonk Man by Dwight Yoakam. Yeah, got that at Keystone Record Collectors. But I don't want to go through every single, like, 45, but I have most of the singles that I want. Some of them are, like, Stop Dragging My Heart Around is one of my favorite 45s that I have. And then that's by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers featuring Stevie Nicks. Heart and Soul. I just have a lot of good singles. You know how it is. Shock Me by Kiss. I don't have the Love Gun album quite yet, but I do have that single. Aerosmith, Kings and Queens. It says Come Together on that side. It's a B-side. But anyway, let's check out the albums that are underneath the bed. Alright, so starting out, I guess I'll start on this side. Although Rush is amazing. The Clash, Combat Rock. I don't have as many underneath the bed. Iron Maiden, Killers. Flea Market, and Music Store. Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather. Black Rose. An older lady that my mom used to do her hair, she gave me this, Hank Williams. Tom's Music Trade, Power Slave, Iron Maiden. Black Rose, Alice Cooper. Judas Priest, that came from Black Rose. That came from Ico's Music Trade. Judas Priest, Stained Class. This came from Black Rose. Gillian Magic. This is actually the singer from Deep Purple's solo album. This came from Ico's Serpent Rising by Styx. And this one was from Black Rose as well. From the Inside. Black Rose as well. Sex Pistols. This is like, I don't know, it's kind of like the best of the box Nirvana, the CD they put out. Now we got Rush, Exit Stage Left. I think that was from a flea market. This was from an auction. It's on white vinyl, Madonna. Purple vinyl, always on my mind, Elvis. Blue vinyl, Moody Blue, Elvis, all auction. This one's from Black Rose, Pyromania. This one's from Black Rose too. It's kind of in rough condition, but I might try to clean it. 1984. I'm going to set that aside because I might listen to it. Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Rose. Diary of a Madman, one of my favorite Ozzy albums. Black Rose. Ozzy Osbourne. Sorry. I just love Ozzy. I don't know what it is. I just kind of identify with Ozzy. Rainbow, I think that came from Roots. And this came from Ico's Mother Mania, the best of Frank Zappa and the Mothers. So that's it. That's the covering off of In Through the Outdoor. Just was so afraid I decided to just peel it off. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Peace. I don't know if I'm too... Yeah, I'm zoomed out. Okay. Later, guys.